Welcome to TC and the Wolf, a brand new podcast featuring the Reverend Tom Chandler, a talented but slightly disgruntled music producer, and Nick Wolf, a singer, songwriter, and technology wizard. Important note, everything we say here is a joke and only for entertainment purposes. Do not take this seriously. The opinions expressed do not represent the views of anyone else or any companies we may be affiliated with. Make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and share. And as always, drink responsibly and make sure to tip your waiters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the 14 people that listen to this show all over the San Fernando Valley, this is TC and the Wolf. Crowe. My far right is Mr. Nick Wolf. I am the Reverend Tom Chandler. And in the center today, we have the lovely and amazing, great friend of mine, Miss Jasmine Crowe, who is a singer, a songwriter, a producer.
Oh my God, this is long.
What else do you do? You do everything. A vocal coach, engineer.
Fiddle player.
Fiddle player. That's true. I forgot about the fiddle. Yeah, but
an American.
An American.
And Canadian.
And Canadian.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Well, cheers to you. Thank you for being here.
Cheers. Thanks for having me today.
Salud.
Look, I'm having water today,
I
everybody.
can't believe it.
He took 4 shots in the kitchen and came in here to drink water.
I actually took 7 shots in the kitchen.
Oh, bar raising.
So today we're going to get into all things about music, all things about movies, all things about stuff in LA that everybody doesn't give a shit about. But let's start and talk to Jasmine about your history, your story. You growing up, where'd you start out?
What's your birth date?
My birth date is October 26th.
You're a Virgo.
No, Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay, even better.
I was born in Hilo, Hawaii, on the Big Island, and I started playing violin when I was 3 years old. And my dad
Suzuki method?
Yes, Suzuki
Okay.
method.
Early starter. I like that.
I'm glad I'm still playing violin now because I wanted to quit when I was like 12. But my dad was an astronomer. He was from Canada, and he worked at the telescope on Mauna Kea. And my mom was from Burbank originally, but her family moved to Oahu when she was a kid. She met my dad, and we were born there. So
Jeez.
That's a pretty amazing origin story. An astronomer?
yeah,
I love that.
So do you have an appreciation for the stars and stargazing?
I do. I'm a star nerd. Totally.
Really?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about stars? Like, if you assume someone knows very little, what would be the first 5 highlights or first couple highlights about stars?
We're all made of stardust. I love pointing that fact out.
What does that mean?
It means that every cell in our bodies, everything, every atom here is like made from the dust of a star death.
Has that been proven?
Yes.
Wow.
You know
okay.
that whole Big Bang Theory fucking thing, Nick? They talk about.
Never heard of it. Never heard of
There's
it.
a big explosion of like a star or a nebula, right? And it turned into dust, which everything was built upon.
Yeah,
I
and
know about
everything.
the Big Bang, Tom. I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. It's Wednesday, and you're making me drink, man.
I keep everyone drinking.
I got up at 5 a.m. today, Tom. Actually, we texted at like 3:30 or something. Were you feeling that when I responded to you?
Yeah, I was like, wow, I'm glad to see you still up partying, but apparently you were in bed asleep and I woke you up. No.
God.
So let's get in. Jazz, when you first got into music, what was the thing that got your attention? What made you drawn to the instrument, to the violin, drawn to singing? What was the thing that got you there and kind of kept you there all these years?
So my parents were my mom, I was 3 years old. She was just like, I actually remember the moment I was standing on a stool in the kitchen and I was like 2 years old. And she was like, you know, your sister plays piano. Do you want to play violin? I was like, okay. And I still have my baby violin from when I was like a kid starting out. And I started singing when I was 5 years old, like musical theater type stuff. I just kind of taught myself how to sing. Mm-hmm. But there wasn't a lot of like musical stuff going on in Hawaii per se, like pop music and stuff like that. So I kind of just gravitated towards musical theater stuff and then became a songwriter more when I was a teenager kind of thing.
And who were your influences like when you were a teenager in your like formative songwriting years?
Jewel.
Nice.
I know.
That snaggletooth Alaskan bitch. Oh, yeah.
I know. I just really related to her because I played violin and I couldn't accompany myself when I was singing. So she inspired me. She just like played so raw, like this guitar and just her voice. And just telling these stories with her voice. And I was like, I can do that.
Can I do a little quick sidebar on Jewel? Tom, you probably would know this better than me, but I heard her big song like a couple weeks ago, and it'd been a while since I heard it. Like,
which song?
Which
Who
one?
Will Save Your Soul, or
that
Foolish
one.
Games,
that
or
one.
okay.
The first one.
Okay.
And I was feeling, and this is like, I'm not judging her at all. I mean, it's great stuff. I'm a fan. But it felt like this was pre-autotune and stuff, and there was a lot of stuff happening that, like, because I'm so used to hearing like tune music now, I was like, oh, I hear this is a little flat, this is a little weird. And I mean, I liked it for the rawness, but I was like, oh man, it really was starkly standing out, like the differences in production from then to now,
Well, let me talk to you a little bit about the 90s, because I was in music back then.
Tell me about the 90s, Tom.
I was like 20-something years old in the 90s, so like that was hitting right when I was in college, probably about my sophomore or junior year of college. And it was a weird time because like independent records that somebody made by themselves would get to college radio, and because that was seen as like the vanguard of what was going on with a music culture, that would make it then to K-Rock, then all the way across the country on all the alternative format stations. And alternative music meant it didn't have to be so perfect, so pristine, so it didn't have to sound like a Whitney Houston track or something to like be on the radio anymore. So that was part of that whole movement. And she was popular at the same time, believe it or not, as like Nine Inch Nails and ska and things like that, as those things were going. Like it was like 96, 97. I mean, it was peak Oasis. It was things like that. So music was in a spot where it was a little more raw, a little more real, and people were trying to hear more emotion out of things. And the notes and stuff weren't so important. I mean, if you listen to a band like Counting Crows, who was popular at the same time, right? That guy barely sings in tune half the show. I mean, it's literally just talking or poetry or some kind of juxtaposition to the music.
This worked out perfectly because I had a feeling you would have something just like that to say to validate my feelings about Jewel, and I appreciate it.
Well, I was going to point out that she recorded that whole album mostly in a coffee shop live.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
And it
in San Diego.
That's
unexpectedly
a clear factor.
Became one of the top-selling albums. Like,
that's amazing.
Not overnight, though.
That's amazing. Well, also she had that whole living in the car story, right?
Yeah.
That was a thing.
I mean, she's just so inspirational.
The amount of musicians that have lived in their car in LA is just fucking, everybody has that story.
I've lived in my car for like a couple days, like on a road trip, but like not like for real. I mean, I'm not judging anyone who did. But tell us about Jewel. Why is she so inspirational for you?
Well, okay, so I grew up with classical music and everything has to be perfect. And because it was so raw, like it was like giving me permission to not be perfect.
I love that. That was like your punk rock.
Yeah, I guess.
Adult contemporary punk rock.
Wow, this is so punk and edgy.
And I liked Alanis too.
Well, the Alanis record was the first thing that like really kind of set the standard.
That was sick.
Because she got in there with Glenn Ballard and they ended up keeping most of the demo material that they had done because they couldn't reproduce the emotion and the impact that they had when she was first feeling it. And I run into that over here a lot too. Like
you've talked about that on your videos on your Instagram.
Yeah, like sometimes we'll do it a couple times and it's just the right thing and somebody's in the right vibe as they're writing at the right headspace and you can't beat the demo. Like you'll try as you may, you know what I mean? The feeling or the whole intensity of the performance when the person's really like first saying that to you is really like groundbreaking and cool. Like you can't replace that experience. And on Coldplay and stuff like that, there's a lot of records where they kept a lot of demo vocals where there's click that they got to gate out and trim and everything because
you're also a vocal producer, am I right?
Yes.
Tom was telling me before you came that you're like one of the top vocal producers he's ever
She's also
worked
one of
with.
the top singers I've ever heard.
Top singers. Well,
You're
he
so
did.
sweet.
He really did say all of that. So like thinking about this, I was working with a different producer buddy of mine on a track. I did this song the first time. It's the song Damaged Goods. You might remember that song. And like the chorus and the bridge I liked and I was happy with, but the verses I was like, I believe I can do it better, you know? So I made my buddy come back to LA so we could do it again. We recorded it again and I'm like praying. I mean, I thought it was a little better, but like, you know, until you do all the process, you don't know, did you really land in the end zone, you know?
Right, yeah.
And then I call him up, I said, dude, how did it turn out? Is it better? I'm really hoping it's better. He's like, it is better. And he's like, but I have to qualify that because like you lost some of the initial energy from the first time you sang it, like, because when it's fresh, it's very special, you know, like that first time, which is what Tom is talking about. But you sang it more like, authentically, and there's like a little rawness that I like. Like you lost the original like excitement a little bit, but you're a little bit more precise. You know what I mean?
It's cleaner.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like trade-offs.
It's demo-itis.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think demo-itis is when you have something, though, that you're used to listening to it, and it's ingrained into your mind that it has to sound this way or be produced this way. And that's one thing, because you can like that and enjoy it, but to understand the difference, though, between, no, that's the take, and no, this is what I'm used to hearing, you kind of have to do the double work to like go against and go A and B and say, is this better? Is that better? You know what I mean? That's kind of an issue that I've had forever, is that there was one guy that I worked with. One of the first records I ever did when I moved here was I did a rock record that I was hired by Warner to write a bunch of material that was similar to like My Chemical Romance. And I met a great singer, and I started working with this guy. His name was Jesse. And he was like, yeah, we're going to do some of this stuff. I got these glam rock ideas, this Guns N' Roses kind of idea. I was like, great. So we started doing it and started spinning it just to like demo drums and demo bass and everything. And this motherfucker like crushed it. Like the demos were so good. He came back in to do it and could not do any of it again. Like I think literally 0% though. He was like over singing. He was sharp the whole time. His pitch was too harsh and like weird, and he was too like pushing too hard. When he was just doing the demo, walking around the room with the mic and fucking having a good time and having drinks and shit like that, and going outside having smoke, coming back in doing second set with his 2 girlfriends there or whatever, it was so much better, dude.
I think when you know it's not the take or the real thing, you feel more free, so you're more relaxed and you're like more just letting the energy come out. And then when you think it's the real thing, you tend to try too hard, and you tend to overthink.
And there are people like Jasmine though too, where like she can always step it up. I've noticed this with you, dude. Like Jazz will like fucking go from be like, oh, this was good, but I know what to fix, because her ears are more advanced than a lot of singers. Like a lot of rock singers are just kind of like screamers and getting the emotion out, getting the raw, where you have a lot of technique, a lot of skill. I would assume you have perfect pitch, do you?
What does that mean?
Like that you can hear a note and tell what it is, or hear where you're at in the key and what interval you're at, things like that?
I'm ear trained. I mean, I know what you're saying, but like, I don't know how to identify. Like, if you sing a note, I can't be like, oh, that's a D. You know what I mean?
Oh, you can't?
Well, I mean, if I studied it, I could, but I was trained Suzuki method, so I learned by ear and improvisation and like, So
you have oral skills, but maybe not perfect pitch. That's two different kind of things.
Well, perfect pitch, okay.
Perfect pitch is also kind of a little bit of a myth. I don't know if it's like completely real. I think it's like repetition has trained it for a lot of these people.
Well, what I've been told when I was in college for it, we learned that like the people that have perfect pitch see it as clearly when they hear a note in their head, they see a color. Like we see red when they hit C sharp.
Like synesthesia.
Yeah. Like literally, but it's very clear and precise even across.
I mean, every guitar riff, and I don't have perfect pitch, that's for sure, but every guitar riff that I write, there's a color palette associated with it. Like I have like a set of orange riffs, a set of purple riffs. It's cool. It's fucking trippy.
I mean, if you're asking me if I'm ever out of tune, no.
Jazz has been out of tune 0 times.
Solid. I mean, that's a great skill, and like that's like a 1% of people type skill.
I think it also comes from playing violin, because you don't have frets and you have to be on pitch or it sounds like shit.
Yeah. That probably trained you well to then do the vocal stuff.
Yeah, so it's like the violin's like my second voice.
And know what's funny is that if you get an amateur string player that you're recording like a cello for like an indie track or something like that, and they're just somebody who like they played fucking third chair at fucking State University or something like that.
Disgusting.
No, but they'll need a lot of help with pitch because they're not used to, you have to go into Melodyne, move it to get it all to not crunch.
Damn, you're fine tuning like cello parts and shit.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, come on. Have you ever made a country record before? Everything is nuked, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Dude, I went to a highfalutin music school where like everyone was better than me, and I'm happy to admit that. But like a lot of perfect pitch people, a lot of like crazy savants on music theory, and people were like nuts, man. Like I produced a Jewish heavy metal band one time, dude, and the violin player, the fiddle player had like perfect pitch, and we had a guy singing who was like a 350-pound Jewish football player, like ripped fucking diesel guy with the things, right?
The ringlet.
His name was Baria Shlomo something. Beautiful guy, brilliant guy, but he couldn't sing in tune really. And then you had Daniel Gale, who was the fiddle player. He'd literally hear the note, he'd be like 30 cents flat, 27 cents flat, 17 cents flat. And we would go in and he would be right like 9 out of 10 times. It was fucking crazy, bro.
Wow.
It is crazy. And the fact that some people can hear like, I can't hear like that. Like, to me, Dave Matthews sounds good, you know.
A lot of people think Dave Matthews sounds good.
That's what I'm saying. And it's fine to me. It's like, okay, well, he's vibing. And Mick Jagger.
He's vibing.
Mick Jagger's not in tune ever. I mean, it's just like, you know.
Well, you know, when it comes to rock and roll, right, it's about the soul, the passion, the vibe. I mean, that's more important than anything else, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Alanis's album was super raw, too. It's like permission to just feel something.
Let's talk about some Alanis songs. How do people feel about One Hand in My Pocket?
So I think that's one where that's the demo take, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty sure.
It sounds like.
Yeah. Dude, can I tell you an Alanis story?
Sure.
Have I told you this before?
You've told me all stories.
I've told you pretty much all my stories.
It's all recaps.
My good friend is Alanis's manager, and he got married a couple years ago, and Alanis came to the wedding, and she took like a private plane to a private helicopter and then landed like in a field in San Diego at Laguna Beach in like a little resort thing. And she was super nice. I got to meet her and spend a little bit of time with her, but she was like very gracious. But I mean, think about that. She's a pretty big fucking celebrity, dude. And this wedding was like 100 people, 120 people. Like, people cannot not look, you know, like, oh my God, it's Alanis Morris. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, just to see that spectacle was a trip. But anyways, my other buddy is like her assistant, and I'm hearing stories about this all the time. And most of it I will just keep on the side there. But at the end of this wedding and stuff, she wanted to send a gift to her hairdresser who was in LA, and the wedding was like in San Diego. Like, we need to get this basket of flowers and gifts to the hairdresser. I'm like, I'll take it. They're like, no, here's some money. Like $100 bills. Take this for doing this thing. I was like, no, I'm going to LA. I'll just take the thing. And I took there. I got to meet her hairdresser and stuff. And anyways, then she just did this Las Vegas residency. Did I tell you about this?
Yeah, you told me you went out to that.
And we got to go. We got to see the show. It was phenomenal. But the interesting thing was she's interspersed all these interludes, like little plays, little skits and stuff. And I think the jury's out on, like, maybe they just want a raw rock concert. They just want to hear You Ought to Know, like fucking Cranked, you know?
I think so. I think so. Okay, so Jasmine, what gets you to LA from clear the fucking Hawaii? Because I've never made it to Hawaii.
Oh my God. Okay, so I had island fever like mad. I was like 21 years old. My dad had just passed away, and I needed a change. I needed a shift. And so I moved to LA, and for music, obviously. And I had no idea. I moved there with a check, packed my stuff up, shipped it over. I had my guitars with me, my violin. Had no idea where I was going to go or what I was going to do.
So you just turned up and were like, yo, what's happening?
I just...
Did you have a lease or anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. So you got off a plane and you went where first?
North Hollywood.
I went to a hotel and I looked for apartments for a while and just went looking, and then I found a place, and
Got going from there.
So did you have to live in your car for a couple of days before that? Oh no, you said hotel.
No. Well, actually, you know, I had a little bit of money, so that was nice.
Okay. It would be cool though if you said, I'm going to do the car thing in honor of Jewel, because like I want to live the Jewel experience.
Well, I lived in a hotel, and then I was like, I need to find a place fast because I'm wasting money here. So, you know, but it was kind of like one of those moments where it's
Were
like,
you by yourself?
No, I had my boyfriend with me.
Oh, okay. Well, that helps to an extent, I would say.
Yeah, we were living the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, California dreaming.
That's what's wild is that everybody. It's funny because you move out here with another person from, I don't know, Utah, Idaho.
That's what
whatever.
I did.
That's what I did too. And that person lasts about like 6-7 months, and she goes from fucking a dude that reminds her of Slash to actually fucking Slash or something, and they leave.
Did you remind someone of Slash?
I did not. But I reminded someone of Hope or something. I don't know. But no, that's what happens. A lot of people move out here as couples, and people don't realize how quickly in LA that can disintegrate.
Yeah.
I came with a girlfriend and a guitarist, and neither of them lasted a year. So what the fuck?
Well, no, we lasted a while. So
Kudos.
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely had stars in our eyes and wanted to make, we live the dream.
Is it like that
you know?
Tom Petty song,
Into the Great Wide
Into
Open.
the Great Wide Open? You know that song?
No.
It's about them trying to make it, and then like they kind of drift apart because they're all doing coke and they're all like finding hotter people, and what else, Tom?
That's basically the story. I mean, but no, it's funny just because like that's the typical LA story. People wonder like what this town is built on, and I tell people all the time, here's what it's built on. It's about a chick that moves here when she's 22 years old, or a dude or whatever, that has like $10,000 of their parents' money. And they're trying to figure it out in 3 to 4 months how to make it work.
Are you calling me a stereotype?
I'm not. I'm saying this is.
Well, I'll tell you what. I came with none of my parents' money because my parents didn't have any money. But otherwise, yes.
Same. But no, that's the situation though. Is that it's. There's a bunch of people here, and there's a bunch of predatory practices where people are like, "Hey, you're just coming to LA. You better get your headshots. You better get a demo
for
tape together."
headshots.
And then that $10,000 goes away in 2 months, and they're looking for places to live and couch surfing and doing the whole 9 yards. And it's tough out here, people.
It is.
It's still tough now.
Where did you get your apartment when you settled?
It was on Coldwater Canyon.
Oh, nice. North Hollywood? Or is that what is
Studio
that called?
City.
Studio City.
Way to go, Stevie Nicks.
Did you go record it? What is it? Sound City?
Me?
Yeah.
No, actually. Okay, so I met my best friend, one of my best friends. He's kind of like my mentor, and we've been working together for the last decade
Damn.
at least. And he was the first person I met on a Craigslist ad, actually. And I needed a song mixed, and met him through Craigslist. And everybody I know in this town I can trace back through him somehow.
Wow, that's how I feel about Tom.
Like a topographical map of Los Angeles. People.
But no, that really is a fascinating phenomenon. The way that like little things that you don't think much about, you don't put much stock in, you just on Craigslist like looking for someone to mix a song, you find a person, and somehow it blossoms into this decade-long thing, right? I mean, that's really phenomenal and really meaningful. And you wouldn't have predicted that, right? You would have never thought you see this guy for one song and that'd be the end of it, right? But now he's like one of your best collaborators, right?
Yeah, and I have a song called "The Butterfly Effect" about that too. So
yeah, it's that kind of thing, right? This one little change ripples out and leads to so many other events, emotions, accomplishments.
People
sometimes
that
failures.
Like a lot of it's like this string of people. Like I met so and so through so and so through so and so through so and so back to this person.
Yes.
And he doesn't know any of these people, but because of him, that's how I met them in some weird web of LA networking.
Well, all the people that I currently play music with in my band, I know because of Tom, with one exception, which is this new drummer we just got. But I know him because of Atara. And I know Tara because of you.
Yeah.
So you're the center of the orbit, Tom.
not for jazz. But
not for you.
How did we meet? Did we meet through Jules or was it Nick? I can't remember.
I think it's through Jules was playing for you. And she was like, "Oh, Jay Crowe, she's a great singer." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And she's like, "Yeah, you should come see her. She's fucking fantastic." And like, she's like, "I'm playing with her this night singing backups and doing keys or whatever." And it's just so funny because when Jules is on stage, she can't stop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was like, we're like, you need to dial it back for the singer, bro.
Stop trying to take over, Jules.
She wasn't taking her. She's just being herself and playing keys and doing her thing. But it's just funny because like that, it's a great show when you guys play together. Always, it's super fun, and I love watching you and Nick play together. Just the whole team. It's great. Jazz's music. You're like our streaming queen too, right? Like you have a lot of plays.
I have a lot of music.
Yeah, no, you put out music constantly, of course.
What's the secret, Jasmine? Can you enlighten us? Teach us something.
About what? Songwriting or
no? How to like get a good amount of volume on your Spotify and all that kind of thing.
Oh, on Spotify?
Do you run ads or anything?
I do run ads. I've also, strategically, I got some streams through another record label with some covers that I did too.
Oh, okay.
So
that helps. I mean, there's a lot of like it's not one solution, right? You have to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and I've also had a Billboard charting song and things like that.
What was the song?
It was Chess Game.
Chess Game. And you have some K-pop or J-pop or something like that?
I currently have a hit song in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm the songwriter.
Okay.
So
What's it called?
It's called Tiger.
And it's under someone else's, the artist for
Yeah,
that?
it's under this this girl group. They're called Hana.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. I wrote this song with the pop star Chen Mina.
Okay, wow.
When she came to LA, we did a songwriting session for her album. And then they didn't end up putting it on her album, but she ended up producing this TV show a couple years later. And it was called the No Girls. And it's kind of like American Idol for like girl groups, I think.
Okay.
And the winning group sang our song, Tiger. And then they put it on their EP, and now they've just blown up.
Wow.
So,
well, this has got to help. So do you get like, does it have like featuring Jasmine or anything like that? Or
I'm a
you're just the
songwriter.
songwriter? Okay. That's still dope.
it's very dope,
You get
especially when I look at my
royalty checks
ASCAP.
and
It's
stuff.
really dope.
Yeah, exactly.
When my ASCAP payment comes in, it's all boom, boom.
Ka-ching.
That's good.
I mean, anytime anyone can make, legitimate money off of their art, and it's something that they produce wholeheartedly, like in an innocent artistic fashion, not just for the money, that's a very beautiful thing. It's commendable.
'Cause we don't start being musicians because of money, do
Exactly.
we?
Clearly.
Well, you started at like
Clearly.
2 years old, just playing the violin, just because it was there, and your mom put you up to it.
Thanks, Mom.
Shout out to Jess's
Shout out to Mom.
But you said earlier something like, so you started very young, 3 years old, and then you said something happened when you were 12. What was it? You started singing, or you started writing?
Well, I discovered I had this voice when I was like 5 years old, and I would run around singing Broadway musicals to my parents, and they're like, "Oh my God, you can sing!" But they never gave me lessons. I just took violin lessons, and then, they were involved in musical theater type things around town, and I just kept taking private lessons. And when I was about 12, I went to the Suzuki Institute and developed this kind of love for the violin. I kind of wanted
I
to
guess
quit
where I was
at
trying
one point, but
sorry to interrupt. Where I was going with this is that's like 7 years. I mean, you must
Yeah.
have been like really good by that time if you were consistently doing that for 7 years, right?
well, I guess it's just ingrained in me now, because when you're that young, it's like second nature. So
Yeah.
you do it for that long. I wouldn't say I was any good till I was at least 10.
And what a lot of our
Interesting.
audience needs to know is that the standards for classical music is far different for rock, pop, hip hop, and things like
Yeah.
that. It's expected to be perfect, precisely played. Everything is off book. You have to really memorize pieces, things
Yes.
like that.
I mean,
it's
just the
expected to be,
discipline alone is on another level.
Yeah, and there's in every piece there's different tempos, different key signatures. There's a lot to remember. There's a lot to do, and it's high demand on the performer, because basically you're turning a person into a MIDI player of an instrument.
Well, I think this is partially what's really helped my development as a musician. At my core is the Suzuki method. You don't learn how to read at first. You learn how to memorize complex classical pieces.
Interesting. I did not know you would not be reading, but I guess at that age it's hard to do that anyway. Yeah.
Well, it's fundamentally based on ear training. So you learn to read later, but it's cool because my improvisational skills are amazing now.
Yeah, and also your ability to audiate is a
Yeah.
lot better when you hear a melody or something in your head.
Or
to jump
lyrics,
on. That's true. That's true. Yeah. It's all part of that thing. I think that music does really start though here, being able to imagine and picture. I tell people all the time, I never need to listen to Led Zeppelin 4 again, because I can listen to it now if I want to, because it's right there. It's like a data card I can put in my head and start the record, and I hear it all the way through both sides, because I heard it so many times that it's ingrained in my
Right,
being. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what they do with Suzuki too, is they start with melodies and things like that for the little kids, and then as you get older and you start memorizing those big long ass pieces, right? It's different. I mean, and they use the tape method, right?
Yeah.
On the
little
instrument.
tape.
There's fake frets. It's pretty interesting.
Cute.
Put your finger right here.
Okay, so you moved to LA, you get your first place, you have your boyfriend, you stayed together for a while, et cetera, et cetera. Talk us through some of the next few big milestones.
Is this where I say that I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you?
Sure.
That's fine. I'm ready to die.
I'm
Let's
really
just go.
part of my goals for the podcast is for someone to die on the air.
That will be me.
It might
Oh
be
my
Tom.
God.
I don't want it to be Tom, but it could be anybody, really. I mean, I hope it's not me. I got shit to do. Anyways, continue, back to you.
I actually didn't live in LA for a minute after. So I moved to LA, and then because I had a little bit of money, it was getting kind of scary to like just keep, spending it. So I bought a house
Oh, excellent.
up north and
Great
lived there
move.
for like
when you were
2
like
years.
22 years old or something?
23.
That is an
24.
excellent move.
In San Francisco or where?
It was like kind of near like Lake Tahoe
okay.
area.
Okay.
Do you still have it or you've offloaded it?
Nope, not anymore. A couple years ago, offloaded it, but
I hope you made a profit. You must have.
yeah.
Very nice.
That's nice.
Excellent. But so you lived there for a while then.
Yeah, and I was very depressed.
Why?
was
Because you
having-
weren't in LA anymore?
Yeah, I was very upset that my boyfriend wanted to move up there. And
So he helped determine where the house was going to
yes,
be?
and yeah, I was not happy. I was pretty miserable.
Where was it?
actually.
Tahoe? Is
It
that what
was
you
it
said?
was near Tahoe. It was like
Reno?
It was near Reno.
Oh, Reno! I got some terrible Reno stories. Let's save that for another day.
Gold country. So it's very secluded, because real estate's really expensive in the big cities and stuff. And I kind of woodshedded there. I was very lonely. I was depressed. I really wanted to make a splash in the music scene. I stayed in contact with my friend, who the one I was saying. His name is Chris Hannibal, by the way.
What was it good for writing? Sometimes when things get shitty and depressing, it's good for writing.
Yeah, so I wrote a very special song when I was up there, and that song, when I was writing it, I was like, I just want to write something great. I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna write something today, even if it sucks. But when I was writing it, I was like, I think this one could be great, and I want to write something great. So that song went on to win the John Lennon Song of the Year
No shit.
contest. Yeah,
And you
What's
were
it
still
called?
in your early 20s?
yeah, it was called Breaking Things.
Breaking things. I like it.
Tom, we really got to get a setup. I mean, it's not that hard, but we got to get a setup to where we could play some of the music
of the
right now, and we
music,
could like vibe with it, and then we could stick it in there.
No, let's do this. Let's take a break so I can get
Are you gonna
another,
set it up,
I'm gonna get another
dude?
drink, and we'll put a hole in the podcast. So we'll put breaking do you mind
Get
if
a
we
drink.
put if we put breaking things on the podcast?
Sure,
Can
of
we?
course.
Do we have the rights?
Yeah, I own the master.
Oh, fuck yeah. So the boss said we could put this on the pod.
All right. Well, Uncle TC is going to get some more booze, and we're going to put on breaking things, and we'll be right back.
There it is.
Picking up the pieces, broken glass at our feet, drawing blood. Your angry smile makes my eyes run. X's mark the faces in my prayers. Back in time, take it back if you'll stay. If I knew, then would I know now? I'd still love you.
Yeah.
I'd still love you, yeah. If I knew, then would I know now? I'd still love you. I would love what I regret. Don't go breaking things. Put us back together, shattered it for
It's so rich, so warm right up front, and like it's always perfect pitch-wise. I love it.
Tom, shut up and listen to the song, dude. Just kidding, bro.
I hate you.
Don't go breaking things. Put us back together, shattered it forever. Don't go breaking things that you can't replace. Have it all erased. Don't go breaking things. Fix it even though all the cracks will show. Don't go breaking things now. Do you remember we were like an exit and waiting to happen? Do you remember we were like an exit and waiting to happen? So hard to break it. Don't go breaking things. Put us back together, shattered it forever.
Mariah in the house, dude.
Don't go
Seriously, dude.
breaking things that you can't replace. Have it all erased. Don't go breaking things. Fix it even
Yeah, it's definitely very rich.
all the cracks will show. Don't go breaking things.
Well, there we go. Jasmine Crowe with Breaking Things. That's an old song for you, huh?
It is. It's kind of the one that set up my career. So, you know,
You love it.
I do love it. It's the story of my life now at this point.
Well, I just want to tell everybody. So for the folks at home, when we're talking about music production, okay, how long did that vocal take you? Like the whole track to do all those vocals? Because that's probably what 16 tracks of vocals or something like that.
I don't know. It might be more.
It's a shitload, right? So,
I'd say 2 sessions,
so 2 6-hour sessions kind of thing.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Even for a
pretty
great
good.
singer, guys, it takes that long to get a track to what you're hearing on the radio in a movie. People don't
Yeah.
understand. It's a lot of labor and a lot of like little tiny things where like she'll hear, oh, I hit that G too hard in the word. I need to swallow it more when I do it. There's a lot of like nuance to vocal performances like that. And part of the reason why it sounds so smooth and so buttery and just saccharine sweet the whole time with lots of air and everything is because Jazz spent the time and the hours on it. That's the thing.
Amen. Well said.
Lots of layers.
I do. I mean, all of it I love, but like when the chorus hits and stuff, and it goes like it swoops up, you know, and it's like, but also there's the doubles and stuff, and it's like really tight, you know. I mean, it sounds like otherworldly, you know. It sounds like artificial, but I'm sure you did that for
She
real.
does,
You know?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did that for real.
But like when it's that good, it sounds like fake, but it's that good.
No,
it's
but,
real.
but no,
you know
here's,
what I mean?
here's the thing. When something sounds that good, it's the process after somebody who's a really great singer doing it. It's very similar to like how Ariana Grande tracks or something are done, right? Where
yeah.
it's like there's a lot of layers, but it's all so nuclear tight and everything going in that the processing is very little, but it makes maybe, what, a 20-30% difference in the end, would you say? Like just the pitch and the timing stuff that happens with, vocal line and shit like that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Because you and I both have experiences with vocal line with it sucking a dick with.
Oh yes, sometimes it doesn't work at all. And you're like, what the hell?
We just had that conversation about a week ago, Tom. I'm like,
No,
why don't you use vocal line, dude? And you're like, that shit sucks, brah.
It's bad, dude. Like Jazz will tell you too. Like we've tried to use it on people that are pretty close before, and it moves it too much the wrong way or corrects
Yeah.
the wrong word, and it's not as good as like somebody going through it and editing it. To be honest.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
not
true.
give any more PR to those guys. Let's focus on your song. So, like, what year did that song hit?
That one was 2018. So
Nice.
it was my first single that I released as like Jasmine Crowe per se. I mean, I did a couple other things before that, but this one was like the one that really set me up.
Self-released.
Yeah, self-released, and we did this amazing music video for it in the desert. It was produced by Dave Warren, who worked with The Simpsons. He worked with like other amazing projects and stuff, and he kind of he was kind of the creative director of it. And we had this amazing cinematographer, and I had to dive into a pool that was like 9 degrees.
Oh man.
Like in the middle of the desert for the bridge scene. I almost died of hypothermia. But that was kind of like my first endeavor as like an artist. So it was kind of crazy that this song won the John Lennon Song of the Year and got all this press and stuff.
I love that you won that. Congratulations, because I used to read like the guitar magazines and stuff. They'd have the ads for that thing, and I would think like, one, is this a real contest?
It's real.
Number two, how can I win this? I don't know. And number three, who wins this? I don't know. But
I did.
I now know one of the people who won it. That's amazing. You know? But so, like, how many years had you been doing music roughly when this all happened for you? Probably a long time, I assume.
I've been doing music since I was like, as a songwriter, I've been writing songs since I was like 14. So
I guess where I'm going with it is like, for a lot of people, it takes like a lot of years of dedication, passion, commitment, work to do something like that.
Beating your head against the wall. I felt when I wrote the song, I felt so alone, just so isolated, so
and
depressed.
you were in the Reno house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So isolated, away from everything. Like,
but see, sometimes that's what great art requires, you know. But I was going to ask you this: did you just write that like with acoustic guitar or piano or something, like something simple,
so
and then
the pre-chorus came first. It was like, I knew then what I know now. I did that on guitar, and the lyrics to the chorus were actually a poem I wrote about. It sounds so stupid, but when I was 5 years old, it was like a lesson that I kind of taught myself when I got in a fight with my sister. And she gave me a gift for my birthday, and I got mad at her, and then I destroyed it. And then I cried over it. I'm like, you just hurt yourself by like, you know, destroying your own gift. So don't go breaking things. And kind of put these like different experiences with relationships together in like a lesson kind of song. And
so it's all based on real things that happened to you, and then you wrote it in a stripped down, bare kind of way, and then you turn it into like a world-class production.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And
That's how it goes.
yeah, and then Ringo Starr presented the award
No shit.
to us.
Were you
as
there and you went
songwriters.
up on stage and got it and everything? Was it that kind of thing?
They flew us out to, because my boyfriend co-wrote the song with me, and they flew us out to New York City at City Hall, and they had this bed-in, and Ringo Starr was there, and no other winner has had Ringo Starr like present the check. So it was very, very special, very kind of unusual circumstances, but it was like just such an unforgettable
that's very
moment.
special, very
Yeah.
special, without a doubt.
So that kind of set up just, you know, the press and my career and, you know, what came next after that. And
You get some
the album.
stalkers and stuff after that?
I'm sure you did.
Probably,
They
right?
can't find me though.
Well, we are in a CIA endorsed skiff right here. No one can hear or see anything we're doing. Like we're like locked down. We're like inside of a cavern inside of a mountain.
You're not kidding.
Tom can't even send images on his phone. That's how locked down we are.
I've made bad relationship choices in the past, as you both know. This is horrible. All right, so I have a question for you, because we've all been out here in LA for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I've been out here 25 years. How long have you been here?
Gosh, 2013.
So
13 years.
How long
Yeah.
have you been here, Nick? 2009.
About the same. About the same as you.
Okay. So I want to know, what's the craziest shit you've run into?
Oh my God, I have so many
I know,
stories.
that's what I'm saying, because I know
That's
you
a
have
solid
some.
question.
That's what I was talking about. I was like, what is the pivotal LA moments where you're like, this shit's fucked up. How am I even here? How are we doing this? Why am I here? Those nights that happen. I want to hear about that shit, because this is what I say to all my Uber drivers. I'm like, what's the most fucked up thing that ever happened in this car? And
In the
and I get
car?
and I get a story. But no, but like for you at a party or in Hollywood Hills or like whatever else.
Okay, so the thing that I'm going to go with the thing that immediately came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen here, but somebody I knew here got this gig for me, and it was in Vegas
Okay.
for CES. Am I remember that? CES, which is a
Consumer electronics.
yeah. So they hired my band, my stuff, to be in a booth at CES, and paid us a lot of money. And I got my whole band out there, and they flew us out. And the guy was crazy. Like, he was literally insane.
What kind of crazy? Schizophrenic? What are we talking here?
I think he just had a lot of money or something, and he had no product in his booth.
But he had the band.
He had the band. I don't know what he was high on.
I love this.
So
I aspire to be so wealthy that I can do something like that, and it doesn't even matter.
Have a CES booth with Jasmine Crowe.
That's
it
my
was
new
the
goal.
Twilight Zone. So he hired my whole band to come out and play in this booth with a full sound system, hired a sound guy.
Mixer and stuff, yeah.
And the security was watching us, and they're like, this is very cool. And then right after we were done, they're like, we're kicking you out of here.
You got removed from
We got
CES?
removed.
What did the crazy guy do?
They said, we're really sorry. But the guy that put this booth together isn't following the rules. He doesn't have enough percentage of product in this booth to you guys. It was just us. Like, it was, what are we selling? No, like, there was no product.
The Jasmine Crowe
hilarious.
project.
It was like, it didn't make any sense. They're like, this is not under protocol. We got kicked out.
Damn, but you got the money. Right?
I had to like chase down the money.
I hate that.
You know, because he I don't know, of course, was like backtracking, but you know, my band, I was responsible for my band. I was like, you have to pay my girls. Like, you can't just fly us out here and leave us high and dry. So we got paid a lot of money to not play music.
Paid for leaving, bro.
Yeah, it was
Gotta love
so weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. And yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind. So,
Well, hearing your story reminded me of, you guys know Steven Slate probably, right?
Yes.
yeah.
So my ex-drummer worked for Steven, and he played the drum hits on the first couple Steven Slate drums and stuff.
Who is it? Is it Alex? Who is it?
His name's Joel.
Joel, okay.
And we used to go up to Steven's studio. And my old band, Icarus Landing, we recorded drums and some other stuff for our record at Steven's studio and stuff. And then like I started assisting on some projects there. But it just reminds me of this dude. It was like a 65-year-old like white Jewish dude with long hair who was smoking blunts like all day, and he was producing some rappers and stuff. And so like we were assisting on these records, and this guy was so gacked out of his mind, like at all times, like just the highest dude on weed that I've ever like. And also I think he was doing coke too, because he was like really up too, you know. Mm-hmm. And every time something would go like a little bit wrong in the studio, he'd be like, I'm calling Cash Money Records. I'm calling Baby. I'm calling Slim. They're going to come and fuck you up. And he would just be like yelling at everybody. Like a little skinny white dude would be yelling at all of us. And we're like, you know? So I was picturing that guy as your guy who rented your band.
He spent the whole morning trying to get a stage together for us for the booth. And we were like, he set up this tiny little thing in the middle of his booth. It was like something a kid could build or something. And everyone was like, what is your product? Like, you're at one of the biggest conventions. It probably cost him $30,000.
Did you ever try to
booth.
inquire, like, what the fuck, dude? What's going on here? Why did you
he
do all
invited
this?
us to dinner and all this stuff. And I don't know.
Did you go?
Yeah. We ate sushi and...
Did you go to Nobu?
No.
Was it like, okay.
This is Vegas. Vegas.
No, there's a Nobu in Vegas.
Oh, there is? Okay.
Yeah. Tom, so my question to you is, does Jasmine's story meet the spirit of your question?
No.
Or should we dig deeper?
I'm just saying like I've had some humdingers.
I think he's looking for like something a little more salacious and
I'm
sketchy.
looking for
and...
eyes wide shut here, okay? I'm looking for like, this could be in the Epstein files kind of shit.
Oh, God.
I have so much I could say about that, but I don't know if that's
Let's do it.
appropriate
We
for
have
this
some
podcast.
Epstein stuff on a previous podcast.
Yeah, go ahead. Who cares?
All right,
Just redact names, dude.
I'm gonna blow your minds.
Okay.
I don't know if
Now we're getting somewhere. You got to ask the right question, brother.
I did.
You got to tune it.
this didn't happen in L.A. This was in Hawaii.
God damn it, Jasmine. This is the second story they didn't have in L.A. No, go for it. Tell us the story. Tell us the story.
This might just be for your guys' ears, but literally...
Well, now I'm interested.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know if I should say this.
If you want us to cut it later, we can cut it. Just tell us the story.
So when I was in Hawaii, what got me started on my music career was I worked in a studio, and the guy ended up being like a pedophile rated by the FBI.
Oh, fuck.
And he's in federal prison for 20 years, and I had to testify.
Wow.
Did anything happen to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, no.
So a real piece of shit then.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
That's where all my songs come from. That's the abridged version.
I'm very sorry to hear that. That is terrible. That's truly terrible.
All right. So no other crazy stories, really? About Los Angeles? You guys, this is the threshold you've met?
Well, nothing phases me, so.
Well, so that's a good point, though, because if something really bad happens, people get desensitized, and then the stuff that happens later is like, whatever, because you've seen worse,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I've got a great story.
Okay.
Okay, so there was one night I'm chilling at home. My friend calls me up. I think this was a long time ago, and I'm an alcoholic, so I don't remember the exact
Might have been
people.
last week.
This is probably about 2014, 2013, something like that. A guy calls me. He's like, TC, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, dick, nothing. Just got done recording for the day. He's like, come meet me at Viper Room. And I go, okay, what's going on? He goes, you know Sponge? I go, Sponge is my favorite fucking band, dude.
Not the Sponge story again.
Yeah. And he had me come down there. I went to Viper Room. I watched Sponge with a bunch of people around the stage. And there was one guy that was like up there headbanging with me like crazy. And he was just all fucking going nuts. And I was like, white dude, he's about my age. I was like, okay, cool. You know, he's a normalish guy. And it turns out he was the Bachelor on the last season of The Bachelor that was just on. And I had no idea. I think his name was Bob Firestone or some shit. And he was like, hey, so,
Shout out to Bob.
He was like, so what are you doing? I go, just chilling, man. What's up? And he's like, well, you should come back to my house with Sponge. They're staying at my house. Like the whole band's up there. You guys should come up there and just like party with us. So I was there for 3 fucking days. And it was, wow.
Why didn't we ever get a TC plus Sponge EP? You know what I mean?
That would have been great if I could have worked that out. But like everybody was super high, lots of escorts and girls in and out all day. Like it was just Bird Street status, like crazy.
You gotta love that old Hollywood shit, man.
Hollywood shit's wild, man. And there was another time where like I got picked up to go to what was it? Metal School before they were Steel Panther. Okay. My friend's like, you got to come see Metal School. And I was like, I think I just saw them a couple of years ago.
At the McGillicuddy's place.
Yeah, I saw them there. Yeah. And they took me around to like, but did I tell you about when we went to that weird Korean place?
Yes, you did. But you can tell it again.
No, I don't want to tell it again. It's fine. I forgot about that. But those are my wildest times where there was just crazy underground, strange drug, alcohol, and, days lost to Los Angeles, It happens, man. It's wild.
It reminds me of, I lived right there in Hollywood for a lot of years and I saw a lot of shit. It was amazing. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But when you just told that story, it reminded me of, we partied at the ex-bass player of the Scorpions house for a couple days. And my roommate, by the way, I'm not going to name his name, but I've known a lot of mad fucking people in this world. But this dude, he was like 5'2", buff.
1 inch taller than you, Jazz.
Like
1 inch.
Like actually a pretty solid computer scientist with technical skills, which was his day job, which allowed him to make some pretty good money, but also a complete degenerate drug addict at the same time. And he would stay up for like 4 days at a time, like shooting coke and all this stuff. And then he would sleep for 3 days, and then he would get up and run an ultra marathon, like 120 miles. Like this was like an otherworldly animal fucking guy, right? So we go to the Scorpions guy's house and I bring this guy with me and he's doing like a little dude, and the bass player of Scorpions is like 6'5". I don't remember his name right now. I should remember. It was a fill-in bass player. And the fucking tall ass dude with the little dude, they're doing coke together and they can't like get the angles right and stuff. It was really funny, right? And then my buddy kept coming up to me like, dude, I need you to Venmo me. I'm like, why? He's like, I'm going to order food, man. I'm like, I don't think you're ordering food, bro. He's like, no, I just need like another 100, but don't worry, I'll give it back to you Monday and stuff. And he was, I Venmo'd him, and then he Venmo'd the guy because this was like a big drug thing that they were doing, right? And it's just one of the great stories. And then we came out, and there was a fucking Ferrari there, dude. And the Scorpions guy's like, oh yeah, that's one of Edward Van Halen's Ferraris. He loaned it to me. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I leaned into it because I love Eddie. So I was like, of course it is, right? And then my nut job roommate fucking says, let's pee on it. I'm like, what? He's like, I want to pee on this Ferrari, man. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm like, no, that wouldn't be cool. But I couldn't stop him. He peed on it. So that's just one of many Hollywood stories.
These are great Hollywood stories. There's a lot of shit
I'll
out
drink
there.
to that.
Cheers.
It's insane the amount of stuff you can run into in this town in no time, man. Like,
Yeah.
It's great. The other night I was just with my friend Matt. Somehow got this guy that was an early AI investor's house for the weekend. It was a $13 million
I saw that
house.
video.
Oh my
I saw
God.
that video.
It was insane, dude. We were at the top of Mulholland looking out over everything. There was like a pile of Molly there, a pile of fucking Coke there. Like everyone's doing it. They're cooking like full on carne asada out on the grill, on the roof. There's a pool on the roof.
I mean, this is one of the big takeaways, and we've talked about this on the podcast a few times. There are levels to everything, right? And for most people, the majority of people, like whatever you think the top level is, there's about 10 more levels above that that you don't know about, right? And it is fascinating to like try to go through the levels, uncover the levels, see how the other side of the world lives. You know what I'm saying? You remember that guy, Ty Lopez?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a bunch of his parties, man, and it was just like this huge mansion in the hills, like 100 people there. Mostly young people trying to become actors, musicians, You know, and either he's trying to sell them a product or take advantage of them in some kind of way.
Or create a new app for them.
Or create an app. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But of course, if you're someone who grew up in a little town in the Midwest and you come here and you're like, oh man, I went to a Ty Lopez party, dude. You know what I mean? And then one of these tech companies I worked for a couple years ago, a bunch of the people were like, oh man, Ty Lopez has like his eye on the next fucking strategy to make $1 billion and all this stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I know that dude. He texts me and stuff. And they were so impressed by the Ty Lopez thing. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
It's just funny. And this is what I think is hilarious about the music industry is that every 5 years, it completely changes.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same supervisors, agents, anything like that. It completely changes every couple of years who those people are that are part of, Universal and part of Sony and things like that. Like you'll have a real relationship with somebody. Somebody comes in there, buys the company, guts the whole thing, replaces everyone that was in there before. And that's what you don't understand. It's not like this old business. It's completely new, filled with younger people or Nepo babies and things like that every
Nepo
few
babies.
years. Yeah. There's a lot of
There are some stalwarts that hang in there. It's not like everyone's turned over all the time.
But a lot of people,
you know?
if you had an A&R guy in 2008, that is not your A&R guy anymore. And that's the situation,
You know, I apologize. Jasmine, let's get back to your story. So you launched this song. You win the John Lennon Award. That blows up your career. What are some of the next steps?
I worked on an album called Symptoms. And that's when I, started working with a manager at Pulse Music Group, and the Sony A&R for Japan, who got me the songwriting session with Chanmina and Tiger and all that stuff. But I had my Billboard charting song off that album, and then COVID hit.
Everyone's story has that moment when I get to the COVID chapter, Which
things
sucks.
Things were going well, and then I was set to have another Billboard hit with Skies Falling. I had all these meetings with the promoters and stuff, and they were gonna, put it on the charts and do this whole campaign and stuff, and then COVID shut everything down.
Brutal.
It's so weird because I feel like that's the time that we actually jumped a timeline.
I agree.
Because shit's been fucked since then.
Ever since then.
Like nothing has been normal. Like from 1996 to COVID, things were like, oh, it's just America and we're just doing shit and having
And stuff
fun.
was kind of building for the most part.
Well, no,
you know?
and companies were getting bigger and, people were investing, making more money, and everything was just going up and up and up. It was just a normal kind of soft trajectory all the way till we got to 2019. And then like all of a sudden there's no small businesses anymore because they all went out of business. There's no more music venues because most of them went out of business. Like if Dave Portnoy didn't bail you out during COVID, you probably don't have a bar anymore, you know?
Well, it's interesting. I didn't really notice it making a big shift in my career at first because it's not like live music was really the thing that was, making or breaking me like some musicians at the time. But so I just woodshedded. I wrote more songs. I wrote, I just kind of huddled up and woodshedded in my studio. But it's now in retrospect, I'm like, so much shifted that I didn't realize how much it impacted the trajectory of
those events
my life,
that are
really.
like that huge, I think it takes a decade on the low end for people to fully recognize the impact. You know, it's like so profound and so pervasive and so vast. Human mind can't fully comprehend it. It takes time. It takes retrospect. You know what I mean? And I think even on the financial side, the economic side, and the infrastructure side, we're not going to know the full effects probably for another 10 years. And by the way, now the AI thing is moving in, which is going to really affect everything maybe 100x. So that actually will be probably way bigger than the COVID. And you might even, a lot of people probably will forget about the COVID thing because this wave is going to be so much bigger.
There's so much going on in the world.
Did you
tell us how you feel about
month.
it.
Oh, about what?
About the AI tidal wave.
Okay, so yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about that because it's such a big part of our industry, right? Like it's moving in on how we create what we do, our jobs, being threatened by them.
Have you tried any of these AI music tools?
I have, yes, and I am terrified.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I told this story to Tom, and then we did it on the podcast, but I'll give a brief version. I was working on a remix with a guy, and we needed more. We needed more, like more pop, more intensity.
Yeah.
And I talked to my other friend. What should I do? Can you mix this for me? Blah blah blah. And he's like, why don't you just put it in this tool and see that?
Yep.
And then I said, well, dude, I don't really want to do that. And he's like, well, check this out. And then literally, I'm driving down the 110 in the car, telling him about this, and he's at home in his studio on his computer. He's like, check this out. Like 10 seconds. Sends me the file. I pull it up right there, and it was my original song remade with some stylistic changes with a new fake vocalist that sounded really good. The vocal was actually really fucking good. That was the part that stood out the most. It was like, whoa, this thing is singing like top tier type shit because it's looking at all the patterns of all time.
I have a lot to say about this. So I had a job a couple years ago with this record label who is, I think they're the number 4th streamed record label on Spotify or whatever it is.
Who is it?
It's called Magic Records. They do covers.
Okay.
They do originals too, but they hired me to sing covers. They had producers all over the world send tracks, and I would sing the songs.
Because they're like, you're a fucking great singer. Like, just go nail this.
They have a whole roster, and we had a brunch one day when they came to LA and met everybody on their roster in this city. They're global. So they stopped after a while. And even at that brunch, they were like, AI is coming around the corner, and it's not good enough yet to replace vocals.
But it probably will be.
And things have really slowed down, and I haven't had any work from them.
Well, check this out.
Now.
Check this out. A couple years ago, my friend Brock was an early adopter to AI. We had a song that we did probably 2015 or 2016 that was really 311 Amber kind of style, right? I don't know if I told you about this before. But so Brock was like, well, I kind of want to hear Nick Hexum sing this. So he made an AI where he loaded in all the solo vocals from Guitar Hero of Nick Hexum into the AI. So it would have a reference point for how he does, inflections and holds vowels and things like that. And so he sent me back the song and didn't say anything about me. He goes, hey, dude, check this out. So I checked it out. I was like, oh, hey, and we have a friend in common, Andy, who plays for Nick Hexum. So I assumed he got Nick to re-sing the song and send it back and wanted it to be remixed or remastered or something like that. He's like, no, that's the AI singing it. And he goes, can you go through and clean that up? And honestly, dude, there was like 2 notes that were slightly off, There was a couple rhythms that I had to go through and clean up, but there wasn't much. And it was literally like Nick Hexum had re-sung it, to the point where me, as a professional musician and producer, thought that it was the artist, that we had sent it to our friend who gave it to him to do it.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
And that was a while ago, too.
That was a long time. It was probably he probably sent that to me in like 2019, 2020, something like that.
Well, look. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to tell a story about my AI experience. So I've been working on this Americana album, right?
Stomp clap.
It's all organic, all real amazing players. I have Greg and Matt Bissonette on it.
Except for the banjo, that's AI.
No,
I'm just kidding.
We used a real banjo. But yeah, so I'm producing this album, and we did this kind of bluegrass song. And my friend Chris Hannibut, the one that I told you about,
The legendary Craigslist guy.
The legendary Craigslist, yeah. He's like, okay, I'm hearing this kind of like stand-up bass kind of thing on this. So he sends me something out of. He sends like me the track that I did, but through. And my mind was so blown by it. I was like, "What the hell?"
I think we should bleep out the word. I don't want to give them any more press.
Okay, this app. This app. He sent me
this random app.
He sent me, this song in a bluegrass style through this app. Without me knowing about it or anything. And I listened to it and I was like, we're fucked.
Well, also, I can imagine, because you're already naturally such a great singer, if they take a thing with you singing and they give that, because it's all about where do you start, that determines where you end. If you give it like a shitty thing, it'll make it better, but it won't be that great. But if you give it a great vocal, it'll make it even better. Well, probably.
Yeah, exactly. But they made me sound like Alison Krauss, which was funny.
Oh, interesting.
Because bluegrass.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
it's a default setting for.
Give me the cross.
No, they have default settings. I've heard like Sarah Bareilles style.
Yeah. I want to do like I want to write like a metal song and have like Norah Jones singing that shit.
You can do that. So I went down a rabbit hole with this because I took every song on my album and put it through this thing.
Oh shit! See, if you were to ask me, I mean, not that you need my opinion, but if you were to ask me, like, should I put all my songs through? I would be like, no, please, no. Because one, I feel like that's got to be kind of depressing when you hear back. And two, it's sampling and storing that shit and taking part of your soul.
I'm OCD about this. Okay, so, first of all, if you buy the subscription, then you own the master and stuff. If you don't
know, man.
Yeah,
that's
true. That's true.
You're still feeding it information.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's
learning about
it's kind of like, I had this conversation with Chris, and I was like, is it safe for me to do this? Like,
that's kind of an existential question.
Yeah.
And I think the short-term answer is yes, and the long-term answer is no.
Well, in the scheme of things, it's like, okay, well, we're already fucked anyway. So
that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Is if it's gonna learn a little bit from my style, like, but nobody's gonna hear it because it's private.
There's another perspective too, which is like, if you can't beat them, join them. There's that, right? But alternatively, you could, like you said, feed it all your stuff. You could make a Jasmine Crowe agent, so to speak. And then from now on, you wouldn't have to go to the studio.
Well,
you could just have it generate your own shit.
I write so many songs. So this became like an experiment. And I was very depressed for like a couple months about this.
Here we go again.
So I put them all through it, and I'm making this kind of Americana album. So I was like, make this pop country, make this bluegrass, make this, let's just hear it as a pop hit. Let's hear this as
this is reggaeton.
We did. Yeah, we tried. My boyfriend and I, we ran all the songs and like, okay, let's just try something out of left field. Let's make this bluegrass song
let's
a
make
reggae
this
song.
a Tom Chandler production.
It's impossible.
Make it.
They can't drink like me, Nick. Never.
Make it emo rock, and every time, like you could tell, like some of the songs lent themselves more to country. So it would come back with the same thing.
Because it's easier to get there, yeah.
And then other songs, I'd be like, I could hear anybody singing this, But then it made me want to fight my own production because I was like, my production's not good enough now. I need to do it like this. Or
I mean, if it inspires you to be better, then that's cool. I can appreciate that.
Or, go back and rework some things. Like, I never heard the beat like this.
Yeah.
Well,
like that example I was giving you, like the song that we put in, I mean, a lot of people have given me like very phenomenal compliments and stuff. Like, it's probably one of the best things I've ever sung. And I'm not saying I'm the greatest by any means, but it's probably one of the best things I've ever done. And it came back at least equally as good. But like some parts of it, I was like, oh man, I should have done it that way. It was like pretty impressive, but also kind of depressing.
it was very depressing to me because then I was second guessing everything that I thought this song that I had done was perfect the way it was.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, here's the thing though,
say.
dude. It's getting fucked with by a computer, by a non-person. Like, what makes a song good
Thank you, Uncle Tom.
is the emotions, the feelings, and the message that's going out, and in the way you want it presented. That's the perfect situation for the song, the perfect presentation of the song. Like, I'm not fucking with AI. I don't give a fuck about it. Like, I'm ignoring that it's even happening because, like, I don't want to deal with it. Like, for real. Like, to me, it's anti-human. And I'm the most human person, ever. I want only my friends and my fucking trusted people to work on shit because it sucks to me. It's like, it's going to take, yes, I've heard a million people remix stuff of different styles. You can take System of a Down and make it a fucking D&B track. Like,
right.
there's tons of shit you can do with this.
What was that thing we were listening to you showed me the other day on your computer? It was like some EDM versions of
Disturbed and shit like that. Of Disturbed and Creed and Creed.
The Creed remixes.
But that wasn't AI. That's real DJs spinning that. But it's really good. But that's the thing. Like, I think creativity should be limited to humans and make it about the human experience and about how we're trying to explain things. Because if we go too far, like you did, you got into this. All it did was make you sad. All it did was make you doubt yourself
and spend more money to go back and redo shit.
Yes,
Like,
but that's. It's a
good.
fruitless experience, dude. It just makes you feel worse about yourself to listen to a computer crap shit out that it thinks is the way it should go.
Well, it takes the entire feed of information and just kind of spits out like this generic version that sounds the most pop and commercial, like a lot of times. And I had this one song and I was like, this is so my heart and soul. And it's like it's not like it's an album cut sort of, but it's like so unique and like, it kind of made it sound pop and commercial. I'm like, should I go more like that? And I'm like, no, you're going to lose the soul of your song if you do that.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's not a great idea to put your stuff in there or definitely not to put all your stuff in there because it's just going to like breed like infighting in your own head. I mean, it doesn't seem that productive. I think if you had like a section where you're like, I just can't crack this section and you put it in as like a tool, like give me some, ideas just to like, spitball or whatever. That might be cool. That might be okay.
But people that write their songs with this thing, I'm just like, I've heard that too. And it's
they're also not writing their songs.
Well,
they're
exactly.
not.
I saw some posts in some Facebook thing that was in my scroll like the other day. And it was a young guy, I guess. And he basically said like, hey guys, I made this whole album on over the weekend and then I performed it the following weekend and literally he just puts the track on behind him and kind of dances and kind of sings.
Cringe.
And he's like doing gigs like that, dude. And this is the thing, I think there's gonna be more of those fucking people, man, and that's kind of weird and kind of concerning.
Well, of course, but I will not give them any flowers and I will not support them. But that's all. Like, I'm just about humans, dude, and doing what you want with your music. Like, even if that's electronic music, that has nothing to do with AI. It's about composing and about arranging and producing something that's about you and about how you're feeling. And I feel like that's like from your heart to when you get on the machine and you start working on it and creating something, that's the true intention of the song. So whether it comes up with a great reggaeton version or a great fucking trap version, whatever, it's just stupid. I mean, like, there doesn't need to be those versions of the song. The original intent of the song is the thing for me. So, like, I don't want to hear John Lennon, Imagine, done by fucking the Jonas Brothers. That doesn't make sense to me.
But this becomes like an existential question because it's like, what is the future? What are future artists going to do? Are they going to even care the way that we care? about music?
Well, you could also reverse engineer the answer to that question, because if you look at, say, how they produced records in the 70s, how they produced records in the 70s is very different than today. And do most people care that they're not recording on tape? No. Do most people care that they're using like tuning in the set?
But
no.
we emulate tape with our plugins.
No, I see that, but I'm just saying, like, the idea that it has to be a band in a room organically playing, which I still love, don't get me wrong. Majority of people don't do that today. And like we talked about earlier, like the Jewel song, it was raw and real, and I love that. But like, songs are not going on the radio now if they're not like polished to the fucking end of the world.
Let me give you an example, though. We still use 70s music all the time.
As a reference point.
Well, no, but people play it and spin it and listen to it. Kids still listen to Queen. Queen is one of the highest like streamed things because it's
You're right, but I'm talking about the standards for production.
The
That's
standards for production.
What I'm talking about.
It's not, but like some people don't give a fuck about production either, though, dude.
No, but I'm answering her question. She's like, what if in 10 years, like the concerns we have about AI molesting our music and repackaging and all the stuff that we have now, will the people in 10 or 20 years have that? And I'm saying I don't think they will, because you follow the trajectory. Because nobody right now cares. Nobody's cringing that people are tuning vocals.
No,
for the most part.
In fact,
that didn't happen 10 years, 20 years, 30
years. I've had
years
the
ago.
argument now that like people want their vocals untuned because they don't want to sound like a machine. And,
well,
you know,
there is a small percentage doing that, but I'm talking about by and large, majority of music is polished like that. Yeah. And the majority of people do not give a fuck. Therefore, in 20 years, and look, I'm saying this and it breaks my heart to say this, but in 20 years, there's a real possibility 90% of the music will be produced by these fucking machines and no one will care.
Did you guys think that we'd be having this conversation 2 years ago?
No. I've never wanted to have this conversation, period.
I mean,
I
2 years, I was already
computers.
picking up on things. But if you said that like 8 years ago, no. 10 years ago, no.
Well, Nick works in this business, though, so I mean, it's different for him.
Yeah, my mind has been blown the last few years. I'm like, oh, this is like the Titanic.
Well, Tom and I were talking about this before we came in, and just, you know, even in coding and software and stuff, which I know a lot about, these tools are changing everything very, very rapidly, like faster than you can even keep up. And I've been testing the tools for a while, and this weekend I was texting you about it. I mean, I made like a whole fully featured app in one weekend, which normally would take like 3 months to do. I tried like, you know, 5 of these things, and I could tell you all the pros and cons of them and stuff. There's one that I've used that's like a private access thing that's like 10 times faster than that.
Jesus Christ.
So it's really nutty. It's really nutty. It's hard to even wrap your head around.
Get ready for no jobs. Woo!
Well, okay, so an even bigger conversation with AI is like, this is just music. What about the rest of the world? Like, what are the consequences of this?
Jules told me the other day, she was talking to a person on the phone, trying to get a hold of someone she was talking to at her job for 10 minutes before she realized she was talking to an AI.
Oh my God.
She said, no. She said all the inflections and everything. It sounded like she was talking to a chick from Minnesota, and it had all the same. It was like, hey, can you repeat that for me? One more time. What was your name? Like, what's the thing? I'm just going to write it down here. It was talking like a person. So she had no idea that she was talking to a machine. Where
this is very legit,
and she was
very
like,
scary.
and she was like, well, which is why people have relationships with the fucking weird robot porn shit.
So, dude,
and everything else.
I've been getting crazy amount of spam calls for the last couple months because I refinance the property that I have, and I have some financial things going on. And I must have put my email or my number in some list somewhere. Mm-hmm. I'm getting crazy amount of spam calls. And every time, and I can tell it's AI, but it's like, hey, this is Steve calling about your loan, and you're so close, and you really just need to do these last 3 steps. And if you do that, you're going to get X dollars, and it says a big dollar amount and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I know better. I can tell the differences. I can tell the nuances in the voice. But a 75-year-old woman or man, I don't know why I said that. Anybody who's like an older person.
My dad is not going to
know. Your dad, right? They're not going to know. So this is literally, like 100% literally designed to scam people out of their information at minimum and out of their money or likelihood at maximum. And you're gonna hear that voicemail and say, "Oh shit, I better call this up and fucking deal with this." And then they're gonna use that same technology. They're gonna make you think you're talking to fucking Dave, who's gonna give you a loan, and they're gonna take your social security number and they're gonna ruin your fucking life. This is a real scam that's happening right now.
As a person who's had their social security number taken and had their life ruined, I agree.
I've had my social security taken, actually, and identity stolen.
Well,
Holy
how much
shit.
how much were you in the hole for? Let's have a contest.
Oh, nothing, because they weren't really stealing. This is like 10 years ago or something. Just
I
super
was on
random.
the hook for 75 grand one day when I woke up.
Jesus.
Wow.
I woke up to like Experian going, alert, here's a way to pay off your $75,000 in debt. I'm like, I've never had $75,000 in debt minus the house or whatever before. You know what I mean? Like, I was confused. So I started checking in on it. And yes, a former partner who I shared my social security number with because they worked on my divorce documents with me.
Well,
had added
that's
me
two
to-
big fucking strikes right there,
Yeah,
Tom.
that's two big strikes. But I loved her and I trusted her, and that was a problem.
That's your
But,
third strike.
Yeah, of course.
You're out.
Yeah, I'm out. But it turned into like one day I woke up, I was $75,000 in debt. And I had to fight and go into the bank. I had to lock credit. I had to do a whole
Oh my
bunch
God.
of
Yeah,
shit.
see,
What a
and
headache.
you got taken the old school way, but imagine when the bots are on your
Oh,
ass.
yeah. No, it would have been $300,000 or something. It would have been crazy. All right. So should we wrap up, do you think?
I
have
just wanted
something
to
else?
say,
Okay.
is our guy going to be AI now?
I wish mine would have been when I didn't have a computer for, 7 months.
That was crazy. Tom got so fucked by.
Did you ever hear about this, Jazz?
I know a little bit of it, but tell me again.
Okay, so I was working on a project for Nick, okay? Computer which I had, black screened out, died. And I was like, fuck, what do I
Like
do?
a week from the deadline.
Like a week from the deadline for when the song was due.
It was a Christmas song.
So I figured out a way to like meet up with a guy, still had the files, so I just had a backup drive.
He found a guy on a forum, right?
Yeah, I found a guy.
Found a guy on a forum.
I found a guy on a forum that I drove all the way to like
San
Laguna
Diego.
Niguel, like down there to like work with him. And it was this dude.
He almost took Tom's liver, which then he found out it was worthless, so
I mean,
he gave it back.
His house smelled like cats and fucking old lady and shit. And I went there and I got Nick's song exported and got everything out. And they were like, we're going to send you another computer. So they sent me another computer, which was a PC at the time. I had it for about 2 weeks. I redid your song.
Yeah.
And that computer black screened on me. And I was like,
These are like expensive
How?
machines too.
I have no idea. So they go, finally, they call me back. I think it was like in January of 23.
2023 -ish.
Yeah. They call me back and they go, the only way we can get this all to resolve, use all your plugins. Because what I do is I have people build me computers where they go, I need everything to open avatars from 10 years ago for TV, things like that. So I haven't put all the plugins in the same folders, all labeled the same way. So I go back to it.
It's a very custom specification.
Yes, but I also don't like, I don't bounce anything. I just run high levels of RAM and stuff like that and keep it all going. So I want to open everything from 10 years ago, like it's right there. All the plugins are there. Everything's, the master's the same. And I can just adjust small things. So I pay like an additional $2,000 for that. And they go, so here's what we can do. We can build you a Mac. And this would be the first Mac I ever owned. It's that one over there. And they go, we're going to send us all your stuff, send us all your keys, like the fucking, what was it?
Sorry to interrupt you, dude. But where was the part about it going to someone else's house? Is that coming?
That's coming up.
Okay, all right.
So they said, send me your iLock, send us all your licensing, all your serial numbers, all this shit.
no.
So I send that all to the company. I'm not going to say their name. And they start working on it, putting it together. The company gets it all together for me. And they're like, cool, we're going to ship it out. I'm like, great. They ship it out and I'm waiting. And now it's probably like March. And I call and go,
Crazy.
So, hey, my computer, what's up with that?
So my computer dog.
Nothing. They were like, it was received like fucking 3 weeks ago. And I go, where did you send it? And so no one knew, no one had any questions. So I went and called my friend who works at said company. Okay. And he went through and looked into all the internal emails. He's like, dude, somebody fucked up. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they sent this shit to like some former customer in fucking Portland that has your computer, and like he doesn't even live there anymore, and it's a huge drama. So all my iLocks, all my serial numbers, fucking everything.
I mean, after 2 computers failing, which already is an anomaly,
Yes.
then they send it to a completely wrong dude, and then he's not even there. I mean, this
He's
is
not
like
even there. So
a horror
then
movie.
they contact the person who got my computer. That person holds it hostage and demands money to send my $11,000 Mac back to me. And I'm like, fuckers, I'll drive there. Give me the address. I'll go up and get it from him. Like, I'll give him $2,000 because, like, I've been out of work. So this gets into where I don't get my computer back from January till July 29th. So that entire
That's completely
time,
insane. I keep going. I remember what happened.
Yeah,
next.
but they wouldn't even ship it to me. They had to ship it back to said company, and then from said company back to me again. So just tons and tons of waiting.
Wasn't there also a thing about like I was advising you should litigate, you should sue these people.
All I did was
right?
I called them and I said, hey, so who's paying me like $60,000 because I lost a half year's worth of work?
Exactly.
Off of it. And they were like, well, hey, we'll just square it up. We'll refund you for the computer. You'll get lifetime support on it, but you can't talk shit. I'm not talking shit now. It's just a company, a random place that we've all
Just
had
a random
experience
place,
that we've had experiences with. But that's what happened more or less, is that like I didn't have a computer for 6 months and it was not my fault. They sent me 2 shitty units that died.
Wow.
With 128 gigs of RAM, like the whole
Now,
fucking
to be fair,
9
I
yards.
was
So-
on your ass for years about switching to Mac, and it took 2 failed PCs to get you on the Mac. And then the Mac went into the black hole. That was terrible, man. I felt so bad
honestly,
for you.
honestly, I'm glad I'm on Mac now. Things are a lot more
Ooh,
stable.
I can't wait to clip that out.
Even though like I have a hard time searching for things, finding things, backing things up myself. You had to help me a lot, Nick, and I thank you for that. But that's the whole story.
I got
of
your
like,
back, brother, man.
I was fucked. But anyway, are we out of this
How
episode?
did we get onto that?
I don't remember. We were talking about.
But dude, I
we were
actually
talking about
have,
the
I
evil
literally
empire.
have a delivery coming from said company today. So let's see. I hope they don't fuck it up.
What is it, by the way?
Well, we got sponsored by Shure.
Yeah.
And it's wireless mic rig.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude. And I got the IEM rig the other day.
Oh,
that
okay.
actually came through without any problems.
All right.
Thank God. Well, Jasmine, this has been fun. Anything else you want to say to the
Well, do you
to
have
our
anything new
millions
to
of fans?
promote? When do you have shows coming up? What do you got?
Oh, I have a show coming May 2nd at the Viper Room. It's my
Very
first time
nice.
playing there, actually.
Hey, you know what? Let's invite Sponge. Let's invite that guy that you knew. I'll get the Scorpions guy there. I'll have Eddie
That's
Van
our
Halen's
place.
Ferrari out front, and we'll just relive all those stories from the past.
Let's go. Jazz at the
Rock and
Viper
roll.
Room. Yeah.
What's the band looking like? It's like a 5-piece. You're singing and a bunch of cool people playing, or what's the deal?
It's a 4-piece. It's
Four-piece.
my rock band. Got some electric violin as usual, and
You're gonna be shredding and
Oh,
shit?
yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I don't think I've ever seen you. I would
You
love
should,
to
you
see
should come out and
Really?
stop being a piece of
Yeah.
shit. Come out.
come
It'd be
out to
good.
my show.
I
man.
just haven't had the opportunity, Tom. Jesus Christ.
only been friends for
Don't
how long?
question
Jesus
my
Christ.
fucking, moral standing in society over this.
All right, everybody. This has been TC and the Wolf. Thank you for listening to us. I know we went on a lot of weird diatribes today, a lot of tangents, a lot of things. Jazz, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having
Very
me.
nice.
I love you. You're a great friend of mine, and I love all your music and appreciate you being here.
Great
man. It's
song, by
best.
the
Yeah.
way.
Thank you, guys.
That was the first time we played a song on the pod, dude.
Brand new
Breaking
horizons, breaking ground. All right, goodbye, everybody. TC and the Wolf. Fuck you. See you next week.
Bye.